Hello, everybody. So this is day 3 of Yule. So today I just want to kind of talk about what Yule lore is, and then I will tell you the story about the Holly King, as well as the tradition behind the Yule log. So, Yule lore is simply stories, myths, and traditions that have been passed down through the ages. So, sharing lore between families is important to keep traditions and stories and customs alive for generations, which is kind of why I want to come on here and just kind of talk to you guys about some of the lore behind Yule. Lore can hold valuable lessons that can hold deep meanings for people. It can help you connect with others, which is what I'm hoping to do here. And it can just help build a sense of community within, our belief system and everything like that. So one of the Yule lores that I want to talk about is the Holly King. So the Holly King is depicted as a majestic figure who's dressed in green robes and wears a crown of holly. And he is said to rule over the dark time of the year, between summer solstice and the winter solstice. And he is said to be at war with his brother, the Oak King, who represents the light part of the year. So the Holly King is the darker part of the year. The Oak King, his brother, is the lighter part of the year. So this war between these two brothers is symbolic of the ongoing cycle of life, death, and rebirth. When the Holly King ends up being triumphant over the Oak King at the winter solstice, it represents the death of the old year and the birth of the new year. So that's what we're going through right now. So this birth of the new year is said to be a time of renewal, hope, and as the days get longer and the lights slowly returns to the world. So that brings us renewal and hope when that happens. So people still, to this day, honor the Holly King by incorporating evergreens into holiday decorations. Like you can see behind me, we have our Yule tree set up this year. And you can practice different rituals and ceremonies to honor him as well. So the Holly King is basically a reminder for us to embrace the darkness and find the light within it, which I know at times can be a bit difficult, but it's a great practice to try to find. Just because something seems dark doesn't mean there's not light in there somewhere. So the next thing that I want to share with you is the tradition of the Yule log. So many of you may know the Yule log as a sweet treat that is associated with this time of the year. However, the tradition of the Yule log began in ancient times when people thought the sun stood still for 12 days in the middle of winter. So during this time, people would light a large log to symbolize the sun's return. This log was commonly oak because it was said that oak was a sacred tree. So the Yule log was burned, and it was believed that the log's power would be passed to the people who were burning it. So, and each year, the households would save a piece of their old Yule log to light their new one come the following year. It was believed that if they did this, that it would bring the household extra good luck and prosperity. The log would burn for the full 12 days of Yuletide, and the longer it burned, the more luck and prosperity it was said to bring. So today, the Yule log is more of a cake-based treat. However, it was an actual log that people burned in their homes during this dark time of the year. So that's just a couple little tradition type things that I wanted to share with you. And, you know, if you have any questions, feel free to comment and I'll try to answer them in a later video. I'm going to be posting for all 12 days of Yule. So, and even if there's anything that you may want to learn more about, just let me know and I'll see if I can make that happen. So I hope you're enjoying these videos. I'm having a good time sharing them. And I hope that everyone watching can find the light within the darkness. Happy Yule.